Previously on the legendary Swordsman. So overall Gaki, we all have a job to do. We are not only going to teach you Kenjutsu and chakra control. We are going to teach the other specialties that we have. So Gaki, don't worry your malnourished body. We are going to get you into shape and get you ready to be the greatest Hokage. Naruto jumped up and yelled, "Yeah, I'm going to be the greatest Hokage to ever exist." Detibio the Seven looked at Kisame. None of them knew Kisame could be charismatic. He just shrugged his shoulders as he himself didn't know. This boy has started to bring out different sides of them that didn't know existed. As time has gone on, Naruto is slowly changing for Gaki to Otudo. Chapter 4, The Ice is Forming. Naruto woke up at 5 a.m. As he stretched, he saw a notice right on the desk next to him. He grabbed it and saw it was instructions or a schedule. It read 5 a.m. to 7 o'clock a.m. Physical fitness with Zabuza. 7:10 a.m. to 9 a.m. Cooking with Kisame. 9:10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Sealing with Mengetsu. 12:10 p.m. to 1 p.m. Lunch with the team. 1:10 p.m. to 3 p.m. Sewing with Kushimaru. 3:10 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Blacksmith with Jinin. 5:45 p.m. to 6:25 p.m. Dinner with the team. 6:35 p.m. to 7:35 p.m. Medicine with Jinpachi. 7:45 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. Diplomacy with Amuri. 8:45 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. Playtime with any member. Naruto looked at the note. He noticed that he only had a few minutes to get ready and get to Zabuza. He took a quick shower. He ran out of his hotel room. He ran as fast as he possibly could. He cut corners and turned to see Zabuza outside in the training ground just behind the hotel. His eyes went wide as he saw he only had 1 minute to make it there. He ran his little heart out and made it just in time. His heart was pounding hard. He was panting really hard. He also noticed that the training ground here is actually quite hot instead of cold. He looked at Zabuza. Zabuza had an impassive look on his face. He looked at a watch that Naruto didn't know he had. He said, "Ready for training, Gaki?" Naruto nodded his head saying, "Yash, I'm ready for anything you can throw at me." Ouch! Naruto stopped speaking as he felt a weapon hit him. Naruto looked up at Zabuza with wide eyes. Zabuza simply shrugged. He said, "I thought you were ready for anything I throw at you. Lucky for you it was only a blunt kunai. Now let's start your training. Come here, we are going to start by doing 50 push-ups. They will be 5 sets of 10. Ready, begin." Naruto dropped down to the ground and started to do incorrect push-ups. Zabuza stopped Naruto and grabbed him up. Naruto looked at Zabuza in surprise. Was he doing the push-ups wrong? This is what he saw some of the Jonin do. He said, "Nazabu-sensei, is that how we are supposed to do it, right?" Zabuza just sighed as he shook his head. He noticed that Naruto wasn't taught physical training. It looks like all he could do was run. Yet even then it was more of a survival run. It wasn't a proper run. He sighed as he wondered what did this boy do to get this treatment. He said, "Gaki, a push-up is having your feet together, your butt straight, not poking out, and making sure your body doesn't hit the ground. Like this." Zabuza got on the ground and showed him the proper way to do it. Naruto's eyes went wide due to the fact that he realized his mistakes. So the 5-year-old followed his new sensei. He adjusted himself to the way Zabuza was positioned. As soon as he got it, Zabuza yelled, "Stop." Naruto promptly stopped. He said, "Okay, Naruto, I want your body to be able to learn this position. So for the next 2 minutes you're going to stay there. Every time you fall you will start all over again. Starting now. Go." Naruto stood there trying to be as strong as possible. This unfortunately lasted about 30 seconds when Naruto started to tremble. 15 seconds later he couldn't hold and fell to the ground with an oof. Naruto had a disappointed look on his face. How was he supposed to be Hokage if he could not stay in a single position? He could not even do a single push-up right. Naruto snarled, which sounded like a small roar, and got back into position. Zabuza, on the other hand, didn't expect the boy to stay there for 2 minutes. After all, this was his first time. If was able to do it, he would be extremely surprised. He did, however, like the fact Naruto had determination to get up and try again. It has been about an hour now, and Naruto has been making progress. He can hold it for 1:45 seconds. His sweat was beating down his bony chest. His determination showed that he would not stop. This made Zabuza extremely happy. Zabuza, unlike many people, liked the student who didn't get it the first time, but they kept trying and trying until they got it right. They were called hard workers. They don't stop because they couldn't do it. They will not have a pansy student. Nope, with the influence of the 7 and the desire to be Hokage, Naruto will be a hard-working, powerful ninja. He smiled at that. Although it is always a dream to be a powerful ninja, it is much better to have a student that became even more powerful shinobi than you. You will go down as the teacher who taught the best. He said, "Naruto, it's time for you to go to Kisame. He most likely will be in the kitchen. Tomorrow we will work on some other stuff. Don't be late. If you are late by even a second, I will make you run 50 laps around without stopping." If Naruto was intimidated by this statement, he surely didn't show it. He had a determined look on his face. He said, "Hi, Zabu-sensei, I will be here earlier than today." He did a salute and ran out to his next destination. Zabuza had a happy grin on his face. He said to himself, "The boy is going to be great if he keeps this up. We're going to have to humble him before he get big-headed." Well, back to work. Zabuza stood on his middle fingers and did vertical push-ups. XXXXXXXXX Kisame XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX He knew Naruto had some time to get here from the training ground, but still. He saw Naruto coming in the kitchen panting. Kisame had a toothy shark grin. He said, "Naruto, welcome to Shark's Kitchen. Here is my domain. This hotel is actually owned by us, so we all have our own special place to train and do our specialty. Now here is where I will teach you how to cook and everything that comes with it. Today's lesson is more of an introduction. When I teach how to cook, I do more hands-on training. But because you are a little gawky, I won't do that just yet. I don't want you cut yourself with a knife." He laughed at the end. Naruto thought that was just messed up but didn't say anything about it. Kisame continued with a serious face, "Now Naruto, you are going to learn food language or lingo. The words that must be instilled in your brain are calories, carbohydrates, sugars, fats, sodium, and protein. These are the words of the day. These are what's supposed to be in your diet. I am going to explain what they all do, starting with calories. Calories are units of measurements for energy, specifically heat. Calories are the potential energy that we store in our bodies to use for other things. Human beings need these calories to survive. We use these calories to make our heart pump blood, our lungs breathe in air, etc. Yet, as in anything, too many calories can be a bad thing. As I said, it stores inside your body. If you don't do anything like exercise and sit around, or if you eat more calories than you use, you get fat. Fats are not exactly easy. There are two different kinds. One is called saturated fat. That is the bad kind. They are carbon without being double bonded with hydrogen. You don't need to know what that means yet. They are used in cooking oils and things like that. Unsaturated fat are the double bonded ones. They are the good fat that stores your fat. It helps us for a just in case moment where we have no food. He went on about carbs, protein, and the important things. He needed to tell Naruto a truth. He said, "Now Naruto, the reason you are malnourished is because of the fact that you have not been eating, or you have not been eating the right thing. From what I have noticed from the way you carry yourself, it seems like you only have been eating ramen. Don't get me wrong, I don't have any problems with ramen. It is really delicious, but too much of it will raise your sodium levels and you don't get any nutrients." Naruto's eyes went wide. How could Kisame tell that just by looking at him? He tried to say something, but nothing came out. This gave Kisame the ability to give his toothy grin. Kisame said, "Gaki, I bet you want to know how I can tell just by looking at you. It's pretty simple, but right now is not the time. Well, since you learned the most important thing about the cooking, I will teach you some of my kenjutsu style." Kisame pressed a button under the kitchen table. Suddenly a wall behind the table was lifted up. The table slid to the right, giving Naruto and Kisame a pass-through. Naruto's eyes opened up in surprise. He thought that kind of stuff happens in the movies. In the room, the floors were separated by land and water. Across the walls was a clear glass aquarium. The aquarium have sharks of all types swimming around. On the back wall there was an open scroll with a kanji symbol on it. It said shark summoning. Below it there was weapon racks that had different weapons from a spear to a scimitar. Naruto's eyes were widened by this room. Kisame smirked as Naruto was absorbing the room. Kisame said, "Gaki, welcome to Shark. Shark stands for Survival Harness Abilities Realm Killing. Don't worry about the killing part. In this room, or well, for me realm, I train with the sharks. I use the sharks for combat as they are versatile. Their mere nature is to kill." Naruto looked at Kisame with wide eyes. He asked, "Same sensei, why sharks? What made you say, okay, I'm going to train with sharks?" Kisame laughed as he said, "Now that's a story to tell. It begins with my family ancestry. The legend goes that there was an almighty shark demon. He well mated with my ancestor, and the rest is history." Naruto whined, "Same sensei, why was it so short? I know it was more dramatic, action, or something. Come on, sensei." Kisame had a tick mark on his forehead. Boy wanted to pry his family history. Or did he want a bedtime story? He shook his head and sighed. He said, Gaki, I'm not going into detail. Anyway, right over there is the shark summoning scroll. Hey, if you're good enough, I might let you sign the scroll and summon them. Naruto was confused as he never seen a summon that he could remember consciously. As a result, he said, "No, what do you mean summoning, same sensei? What is a summon anyway? What can you do with a summon anyway?" Kisame's eye started to twitch. He could not get his head around the fact that Naruto, a kid from Konoha, did not know what a summoning was. For Kami's sakes, the Sannin, Sandame, and even the Yondame had a summoning contract. He had a small frown on his face. He said, Naruto, a summoning contract is a contract in which an animal or something bonds with you. Sometimes you are able to summon weapons. Now I won't go much into it because this is not the class for that. In fact, it's time for that class in 15 minutes. Next class we will work on stealth and swimming. Now get going. His room is all the way upstairs. Naruto made a two-finger salute to his sensei and ran. Kisame just shook his head as Naruto was very energetic. Kisame smirked as he pulled out a fish out of the water. He said to himself, if this isn't karma, then I don't know what is. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Naruto XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX. Naruto made it up the stairs. He saw Mangetsu sitting in the lotus position. Mangetsu's eyes were closed as he was concentrating. He knew Naruto was right in front of him. He said, Naruto-kun, sit down in lotus position. Naruto did as he was asked and wondered what was in front of him. Mangetsu smirked as he said, it seems like you want to know what all the stuff in front of you is. Naruto's eyes went wide as Mangetsu did not even open his eyes to make an observation. Mangetsu once again smirked. He loved doing this to his otuto, Suigetsu. Suigetsu was always creeped out by it. Mangetsu said, I bet you want to know how I can observe you like that. Well, Naruto, welcome to the world of Fuinjutsu. The world of seals is an intricate part of the ninja world. It is unfortunately a dying trade. The world of sealing is so amazing. For example, you can make a sword sentient or you can make explosion tags and so much more. Before I go into deep understanding of sealing, are there any questions? Naruto thought about it for a moment. He remembered what Kisame-sensei said to him. He asked, Getsu-sensei, how were summoning scrolls created? How can you create a bond with animals? That's so cool. How many bonds can you have with animals? How many summonings do you have? By this time, Naruto was jumping in excitement. Mangetsu just shook his head. Yup, Naruto is just like Suigetsu. He started to laugh as he started to answer Naruto's questions. He said, your first two questions will be answered when you get older. The way to summon takes a while to understand. The next question about how many bonds you can have is easy to answer. You can have 100 of them, but you must be extremely talented and everything has to be aligned. Normally a person has one or two. I personally have one contract, the alligators. Naruto was surprised that you could have 100 of summons. Mangetsu continued, Naruto-kun, the art of Fuinjutsu is not an easy skill. The prerequisite for Fuinjutsu is A, the ability to be precise, B, the ability to use chakra. C. To understand the concept of failure. D. The ability to see everything for what it is and what it isn't. That means the notion of ignorance is bliss must be thrown out of the window. These are things you will eventually learn and unfortunately experience. As a result of these prerequisites, you can't learn Fuinjutsu yet. What we will learn today is the origin of Fuinjutsu. Later, I will teach you precision of kanji symbols. Okay, Naruto? Naruto nodded. He was slightly disappointed that he won't learn the full art of Fuinjutsu, but hey, he is only just 5. So to learn anything about it is amazing. So he looked Mangetsu in the eye and was ready to learn. Mangetsu smirked slightly. He coughed and started to speak. He said, "Okay, Naruto, the world of seals is used all around the world. For example, hand signs. Hand signs are actually seals that use the zodiac symbols. Now the word seals is an acronym or a word that is made up of the first letter in a group of words. Seals stands for symbols exhibiting anomaly of life sustainment. What this means in a nutshell is that seals are mere symbols that were given the ability of life. Now remember when Amuri taught you that the main life force of the world is chakra. What does that mean, Naruto? Naruto thought about it for a moment. His eye went wide in realization. He said, if seals are symbols that are alive, then that means that it has chakra. But if that is the case, then how is it possible for symbols to hold chakra? Is it special ink, paper, or what? Mangetsu replied, very good observation, Naruto-kun. No, it is not the ink or the paper. It is actually the person and the symbols themselves. For example, if you write high on a piece of paper and add chakra, nothing happens. Yet if you write heat and then add chakra to it, the paper will get hot. Naruto understood it somewhat. He was not one without questions. He asked, why is that heat can make it so the paper can be hot but the fire can't? Well, it is simple yet complex, Naruto-kun. You see, I can make it so fire can appear, but it is not easy. You see, contrary to popular belief that seals use complex kanji words, they actually use basic words. But the words must flow to get what you want. Now, some words have the ability to hold in more chakra than others. For example, the word combust does not have the ability to hold the same amount of chakra as the word explode. Now with that in mind, we are going to start writing kanji and calligraphy. These two arts will help your seal training. Let's start by writing. Simple kanji words. Your strokes must be perfect. I don't expect you to get it at first, but dash. He was stopped mid-sentence as Naruto was actually drawing beautiful kanji. It was amazing how each stroke was practically perfect. It was extraordinary that a 5-year-old can draw so well. When Naruto finished the kanji, it said Godame Hokage. Mangetsu was very surprised. This kanji sign looked amazing. It looks like Naruto was talented and a natural at seals. Then again, he is the Yondaime Hokage's son and an Uzumaki. Still, this is an amazing thing. He said, Naruto, that's beautiful. When did you learn how to write kanji? You know it's not easy to write kanji perfectly. Naruto beamed at the praise. He said, well, when Gigi was away this one time, I saw a book that said, The Art of Kanji. I started to read it and was hooked on it. I tried to copy one of the kanji and got it down my first day. It was my very first accomplishment. As I got better, I saw 2 more books just like it. So ever since then I carry the books with me. He pulled the book out of his pocket. The book's covering has a circle with different kanjis forming it. On top of the circle there was an X formation made up of kanjis. It said on top of the X, The Art of Kanji. On the bottom it said, by Jiraiya, the Toad Sage and Minato Namikaze, the Yellow Flash. Mengetsu could not believe it. These books are the creations of the two greatest Fuinjutsu masters to ever exist. He tried to open his mouth to speak but couldn't. Right in front of him represent the past of Jiraiya, the present of Minato, and the future that can be Naruto. He would never take those books away from Naruto, as it is the honor of being a Fuinjutsu master to never take from another master. They are Naruto, and hopefully with his guidance, Naruto will be the best seals master to exist. 6 months later. The 7 swordsmen and Naruto were about to leave Iso no Kuni. But before they could leave, they were giving Naruto a birthday party. The workers and people at the Land of Ice loved Naruto. He was a big bundle of joy who brought a smile to their faces. Today was his 6th birthday. Naruto Uzumaki was enthusiastic as he could possibly be. His other birthdays were not exactly the best. His birthday was a reminder for the people of Konoha of the great Kyubi no Kitsune. So, for the events of that day, he was the people's punching bag. He never knew why and never was able to find out before leaving with the 7. He got dressed up by the local tailor with the help of Kushimaru, of course. He has an orange shirt on with a red tie on. He on black dress pants on with a black suit jacket that has an orange stripe going down the middle. It also has a kanji that said, Seven's Apprentice, that was done by Naruto with the help of Kushimaru and Mengetsu. He loved how it looked on him, especially with his new figure. Since Kisame has dropped his consumption of ramen down to once a week, Naruto has started to grow naturally. He learned which fats were good and the one that isn't. He is also able to outrun a baby shark barely. Zabuza has been working Naruto to the bone. Now Naruto has some mass in his arms and legs. His chest is becoming a 6-pack, but not there yet. His whole body in general has grown with the help of Jinin. The blacksmith training exercised all of muscles. Naruto's dexterity has grown also with the help of Kushimaru. He has started to use sewing needles to sew. Kushimaru showed Naruto how to repair seams and creases. He also learned somewhat to be patient. Of course, he is only 6, so his patience is only so high. He has also learned to tell degree burns, spotting poison ivy, where the organs are, and things of that nature. He learned all of this from Jinpachi. He learned how to speak correctly and talk to people overall and analyze people. He of course loved to talk to people, as he was never able to do that in Konoha. He found out Maria, the waitress there at hotel, used to be Kiri Ninja. She was a genin that was experimented on and lost her ability to use chakra. She thought he is one of the cutest kids she has ever seen. Naruto just smiled wildly. He reminded him of Ayam. Well, back to the point, Naruto asked Kushimaru where they are going. Kushimaru smirked under his mask. He said, "You'll see Naruto-kun." It's a surprise. Naruto felt something in his stomach. He knew something was going to go wrong but doesn't know what it is yet. Meanwhile, in Konoha, the Sandaime Hokage was putting some new laws into effect. He was surrounded by the teachers of the academy, clan leaders, and the members of the elders. He cleared his throat at the podium. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, today is the 6th anniversary of the Kyubi no Kitsune attack where we lost loved ones. In addition, 6 months ago we, the people of Konoha, lost a whole clan. This loss has affected us all in different ways. As sad as it has been for us, we must not let this destroy us. In fact, we are going to grow from this. As it has been shown, the effects of the last ninja war has made us become lax. Then the event of the Kyubi no Kitsune has dampened our forces immensely. Now the Uchiha event has made us feel powerless. We are weak because we believe that nothing could defeat or kill us. These events are evident of the fact we are not as strong as we perceive to be. Do not fret, my friends and family. There is a silver lining to this. You see, this has woken us up to something. We are now able to fix the problem. That starts with the Ninja Academy. The Academy has been the cornerstone of ninja assessment. We have been lax in who can participate and how you can pass. With this being said, there will be changes. The first thing is there will be an entry exam. The exam will consist of the former genin test. They have to know the henge, kawamiri, and the bushin. If your child can't do it, then they are not in the program. There is no one that will escape through. In addition, the curriculum has changed. The boys and girls who has extremely low chakra will learn medical ninjutsu. Mostly the girls will learn it. It will take away the flower pressing. It can be elective if some others want to take it. Also, we are going to take away some of the work. We are going to get the young people into shape. That means we are going to take out that gossiping home education and replacing it strategic planning. The shop class is being replaced with weight training. These laws will be put in effect this upcoming year. It is just a mere coincidence that this starts the year of the clan heirs. To those who wonder why the teachers are here, they have to prepare themselves. They are going through a test themselves. They will be tested to see if they can teach your children. This is not for them per se, but it's for the lives of your child and possibly your whole line. May Kami protect Konoha as it has done before. All hail Konoha. The people cheered as a new revolution has come to Konoha, their home. Meanwhile, one person had a smirk on his old wrinkling face. While Sarutobi was talking to everyone, he received a message in his ear. It said, "Danzo-sama, my lord, we have found the boy. Do you want us to proceed with Operation Fox Hunt?" Danzo smirked. He whispered, "Yes, but be cautious. Failure is unacceptable." Back with Naruto. Kushimaru took Naruto to the party hall in the hotel. He said, "Naruto-kun, I meant to ask you. What do you want for your birthday?" Naruto thought about it for a moment. He could not for the life of him think of what he would want for his birthday. He could get a toy, sure. He could ask for a kunai set or something, but for the life of him he could not think of anything. He said, "Kushi-sensei, I can't think of anything." Well, Naruto-kun opened the door. Naruto, oblivious to the what's going on, opened the door. When he opened the door, he saw everyone in the hotel yell, "Surprise! Happy birthday, Naruto!" Naruto was extremely shocked. He was definitely surprised, as this was his first ever surprise birthday party. In fact, this was his first birthday where he wasn't attacked. He was so enthusiastic that he was literally jumping off the walls. He was at least staying on the walls. The people were chuckling and laughing. Naruto was extremely exuberant. His eyes saw that there was a big pile of presents on the table. Naruto looked at Kushimaru with a plea of, "Are they mine?" Kushimaru put his hand on the 7 apprentices' head and ruffled it. Amuri came out the crowd and said, "Everyone, let's sing the happy birthday song." As everyone started to sing it, Naruto's happiness grew. He had a party going on. He sees a load of presents just for him. Hey, when you got so many people celebrating your birthday, what could go wrong? Kisame came out of the back bringing in vanilla cake with orange frosting on top. On the top it had the Uzumaki symbol with writing on the top and bottom. The top said happy birthday. The bottom said, Naruto. Naruto was jumping up and down. This is the first time he has ever experienced a day like this. They let Naruto cut the cake with Kisame's supervision. Naruto had an ear-splitting grin. He saw that they wanted him to start opening the presents. He went over and saw the first thing was from Maria. He opened his present to see the finest kunai, shuriken, and senbon set from Kiri. In addition, he got a pendant with a light blue ice-looking droplet. Naruto had a tear going down his whiskered face. He ran to Maria, giving her a big hug, saying thank you repeatedly. The next present he got was from Amuri. He opened a box to see a ball. The ball was black and has lightning strikes around it. Amuri said, Naruto-kun, put some chakra into it and think of something, anything. Naruto nodded and poured chakra into it. The electricity created a sword that looked like a scimitar. Naruto's eyes went wide as it was so cool. Naruto swung the weapon and heard it cackle. Amuri said, Naruto-kun, that ball is called a transformer. It transforms into a many different weapons. Not only can it be used as a weapon, you can also use it to shock people. It can use up to 30,000 volts. In addition, it can only be used by you. It won't ever shock you because your chakra activated it. Naruto loved it as it changed different forms with his chakra. He put it in his pocket. Naruto decided to open up his next present. It was heavy, so Naruto guessed it was from Zabuza. He was right, as the tag said, Zabuza. He opened it to see a bunch of weights. They were arm weights, leg weights, and abdominal weights. On the weights there was a number. Right now the number was on 1. Zabuza explained, Gaki, those are gravity force weights. They are not gravity seals, but weights. The number on the weights specifies how much gravity is applied onto you. If you put the weights on, you can activate how much gravity you want by saying G1 or G2, etc. These weights will help your mass and acceleration. That part is where the force comes in. The force is a stronger weight. It helps by adding more acceleration and mass. It makes you faster and heavier, so you will have a harder impact. To activate the force weights, you must say F1 or F2. Naruto loved it. He wanted to build up his mass. He went on to his next present. It was small gift. It looked sharp and pointy. But there was also a feel of a piece of paper. Naruto saw it was from Kisame. Naruto opened up and was surprised at what he saw. He saw an array of different knives. The knives were not what caught Naruto's small blue eyes. It was the piece of paper. On the parchment it had the kanji for summon. Naruto looked up in wide eyes. Kisame started to speak, while the shark's leader, Sharpedo, liked how Naruto outran one of his sons. He was so impressed that he thought that it would be great to let Naruto overhear summon his youngest son so they could grow up together, thus making a connection between Naruto and the sharks. Naruto was jumping up and down as he was happy that he would be able to summon. He thought it was so cool when he saw Kisame summon sharks. Naruto put that in his pocket. He went on to his next present. The next present took the form of square. It is from Jinpachi. When he opened it, he saw a medical kit. When Naruto opened the kit, it had different seals on it that said surgery, repair, and other things. Naruto was surprised as he saw that on it was an eye patch. He put the eye patch on to see what it does. The eye patch activated. The eye patch from Naruto's point of view showed a radar. Jinpachi explained, Naruto-kun, the medical kit has everything you need for any type of situation. Now the eye patch, on the other hand, is a new revolutionary device. It has the ability to use a radar, infrared, chakra signatures and more. All you have to do is put chakra into it and think which one it is. Naruto actually liked the eye patch. He could see people's body heat and everything else. Naruto then started to open up his next present. The present was kind of heavy. It was from Jinin. He opened it up to see a portable weapon making kit. It has a portable lava pit in which you put chakra into to create a substance that is like lava. It also had different ways of making different weapons such as katana, scimitar, and other powerful weapons. He was even given a booklet of explosion tags. Jinin said, Naruto-kun, this is the portable weapon making. This is where you will learn how to build weapons. We will also learn how to use explosive tags. We won't build a specific weapon for you just yet, but very soon. Naruto was bursting with glee. He has been thinking of all the stuff he has gotten. He is looking at the other gift. The gift was extremely long. In addition, he saw not one but two uniforms. Next to the uniforms he saw a box-like present. He opened up the two uniforms first. The first was the 7 swordsmen's attire. It came with the wrappings, striped boots, striped arm sleeves, the chest armor, even the mouth protector. On the back of the armor there is a tradition of the person's title. For example, Kisame has on his DS representing Demon Shark. Zabuza has DOM representing Demon of the Mist. Naruto will now be donning 7A on his back. The Seven's Apprentice. The second uniform is a fencing uniform. It is all white with white pattern stripes around the body. It seems like the uniform will fit all. Kushimaru started to explain. Naruto, let me explain the uniform form for you. This is a fencing uniform. It consists of this. A form-fitting jacket which goes between the legs. A small gorget of folded fabric is sewn in around the collar to prevent the blade from slipping upwards towards the neck. Plastron, an underarm protector, which goes underneath the jacket and provides double protection on the sword arm side and upper arm. The armpit cannot have a seam, which would line up with the jacket seam and provide a weak spot. One glove for the sword arm with a gauntlet that prevents blades from going up the sleeve and causing injury, as well as protecting the hand and providing a good grip. Breeches or knickers, which are a pair of short trousers. The legs grip just below the knee. Shoes with flat soles and reinforcement on the inside of the back foot and heel of front foot, to prevent wear from lunging. Finally, you have the mask. The mask has bars go in front of the face to protect your eyes and visual. Now open up the other present. When Naruto opened it, he had stars in his eyes. It was a sword. The sword that has the word saber. He opened the box to see a sewing machine. Naruto once again looked at Kushimaru once again to explain. Kushimaru said, "Naruto-kun, what you have there is called a saber. The saber is used to train and fight against opponents in the sport of fencing. This sport is a style we use heavily for my style. You jab, stab, slash and so much more. There are 3 types of sword fighting for this sport. You have the foil. A light thrusting weapon that targets the torso, including the back, but not the arms. Hits are scored only with the tip, hits with the side of the blade do not count. Only a single hit can be scored by either fencer at one time. If both fencers hit at the same time, the referee uses the rules of right-of-way to determine which fencer gets the touch. The second is saber. The saber is a light cutting and thrusting weapon that targets the entire body above the waist, except for the hands. The saber is primarily used to slash, so hits with the side of the blade as well as the tip are valid. Finally, you have the épée. Épée is a heavy thrusting weapon that targets heavy the entire body. All hits must be with the tip and not the sides of the blade. Épée allows simultaneous hits by both fencer. I will teach you how to fence and fight. The sword you have there is able to change forms. We will practice along with the practice of sewing kit that you opened. The final gift Naruto got was from Mengetsu. The present was small and compact. Naruto opened it up to see an advancement for seals. Not only that, but it also had a scroll of summoning. Naruto noticed it was a chakra scroll from the classes by Mengetsu. He put chakra into the scroll to see a painting of the 7 with Naruto that said happy birthday. There were pockets that you put his new weapons. Naruto was so happy about his gifts. Even as he marveled at his new gifts and weapons, his headache started to get worse. He felt this was good to be true. He doesn't know what it is, but something is going to happen. All of a sudden, a burst of smoke filled the room. Everyone went into mass hysteria. The 7 were looking for Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, was met by 2 swords at his neck. The one said, "Naruto Uzumaki, you will be coming with us." Naruto felt the cold blade on his neck. He heard the cold, dark voice of the man who wanted him. He started to sweat as he hasn't been in this situation in a long time. This time, though, he calmed himself down as Aim Yuri had taught him and tried to break some of the tension. He said, "Come on guys, would you really do this a kid's birthday?" The tension broke somewhat, yet with Naruto those few seconds were all he needed. He did a backflip, breaking away from the cold blades. The mysterious guy swung his blade as if he wanted to behead the blonde-haired boy. Luckily for Naruto, the shark training came into fruition. He ducked and kicked the guy in the gut. The guy bent over as Naruto kicked him in the head. This caused the man to go down with an oof. That gave Naruto the ability to run. As he ran, the mysterious ninja started to corner him. He started to ride the walls, yet they followed him. When he reached the ceiling, he was totally surrounded. They said, Uzumaki, you are surrounded. You are to come with us immediately. Now you can do this the easy way and surrender peacefully. Or we could do this the hard way and you will be hurt and have a lot of broken bones. Your choice. Naruto pretended to make a choice. Naruto then smirked as he said, why are you guys so heated? Is it that a little kid beat up one of your own? You guys need to take a chill pill. Naruto unleashed his chakra and made the air ice cold. The air made the mysterious ninjas feel frozen. This gave Naruto the ability to jump down and delay their time to catch him. With the 7. Yuri was able to dissipate the smoke bomb. There were roughly 30 masked ninjas. The 7 always came prepared. They put chakra on a seal that was on the inside of their wrist. With a puff of smoke, their swords appeared. Yuri said, okay guys, I don't know what they want, but take them all out except one so we can interrogate him. They split up and started to attack. Yuri pulled out his twin lightning fangs. He put one of his swords in a reverse kunai position and the other was in a striking position. He said to his opponents, I don't know what you want, but I will tell you this. You won't make it out here alive. He came at the striking the first one on the chest with the kunai-style sword. The person flew back. With the momentum, Yuri hit the other one with a kick to the chest of the other guy. He pushed off of the guy's chest as if it was springboard and slashed at the guy's neck. The attack missed, but it did create some spacing for Yuri. He realized that it is going to take more than just slashing attacks to beat these guys. He smirked. He loved using his fangs. He poured some of his chakra into the swords. He clashed them together, causing a spark. With the spark, it caused an electric charge line to go in between the two swords. He said, well guys, you see these babies right here? They conduct high amount of voltage. Let's say about 30 to 40 volts. One shock is going to send you away, far away. So, let's begin, shall we? With that, Yuri flicked the electric charge whip at the one on the right. The guy tried to protect himself with his shield only to realize that the metal didn't repel the electricity. The voltage coursed through the poor man's body. After Yuri finished with the guy started to smoke. Yuri smirked as he went after the other 5 who were stunned at what happened to their leader. Yuri flung the line whip at the others. They dodged the assault just barely. It was just a ploy as another Yuri came to the scene and did a spinning kick in the air into their faces. The original Yuri gave the Mizubushin the other Fong sword. The electric connection broke only for the electricity power up the sword. The 2 Amiyuris came at them and struck the one on the left in the head and the heart. They went after the other ones who tried to use a substitution. Instead of substituting, he was caught by a lightning bolt from the Mizubushin. The voltage was coursing through his body. It was hitting every nerve in his body and made the pain intensify. The guy screamed in pain until the Bushin stabbed him in the back of the head. The man dropped to the ground lifeless. As the others were trying to survive, they felt a surge of lightning released from Yuri. As soon as they heard the crackle of the lightning took a shape. A dragon burst out with lightning all around. Yuri said, now you die, right-un, sure I know rare you. As he said this, the lightning dragon that formed from his 2 fangs came and struck every member of the mysterious ninjas. It was so powerful that it turned the ninjas to dust. Amuri sighed as he said, "That was easy. Too easy if you ask me." Amuri saw something shine in the dust. He scrunched down and picked it up. He dusted it off to see a symbol. Amuri's eyes went wide in surprise. It was Konoha forehead protector. Why would they attack an ally? Amuri's eyes then narrowed as he realized what or who they are after, but why? He started to run as he looked for Naruto. He said to himself, "Where is Naruto?" Kushimaru. Kushimaru was surrounded by 5 guys. He smirked as this was a daily fight for him. He pulled out his needle sword. He said, "Why hello gentlemen, how are you today? We have a house special today from our best chef, Kushimaru. Our special for today is 5 types of death. One will be sliced into 13 pieces. The other will have his organs on the floor. The other will bleed out all over the floor. The other will be paralyzed then killed. The final one, well, that's a surprise." He started his assault starting with the first one. The first strike was targeted for the arm, missed only for him to spin under him and slash right above the knee. The top of his knee was slashed off. The man screamed in pain as he was starting to fall. Kushimaru then went under the man's arm, grabbed it and sliced it at the elbow. He then proceeded to cut the rest of the arm from the shoulder. He was so skilled that he even cut off the poor man's hands. He did the same to the other arm. He left the man with 1 full leg, a half of a leg, a torso, a bottom and a head. He went back to his assault and cut the final piece of the first leg. He did it to the other leg and cut it in 2. He then cut the man from the bottom, leaving him as a torso. Then he finally beheaded the guy. He said, "Come on guys, I thought group in numbers always trumped individually. Oh well, if you're going to stand around then you might as well stand side to side. You forced me to pull out my sword, now stop being little bitches and fight me like a man." After he said that, he executed the 3rd type by doing a special attack. He pulled out a single sewing needle. He said, "Hijitsu, Nobari issue." With this, Kushimaru changed from 1 man to what looked like over 100. They started to attack the man in what felt like the 8 trigrams of the Hyugas. Kushimaru started it off by saying, 2 needles, 4 needles, 2 needles lodged in his left arm. 2 lodged in his left shoulder, 8 needles, 2 needles lodged in his right shoulder, 3 needles lodged in his right thigh. And 3 in his legs, 16 needles, 3 needles lodged in his left thigh, 3 in his legs, 1 in both of his knees, 2 in his left biceps, 2 in the left triceps. And 2 in his left kidney, 32 needles, 2 needles in the right biceps, 2 in the triceps, 4 more in the left biceps, 4 in the biceps, 2 in his right kidney. 6 needles at the ribs on the right, 6 at the ribs on the left side, 4 in the right pec, and 4 in the left pec, 64 needles, 4 in the clavicle, 5 in his right wrist. 5 in his left wrist, 10 in his left foot, 10 in the right foot, 3 in his right thumb, 2 in his right pointer finger, 3 on his right middle finger, 2 in his right. 2 in his right pinky finger, 3 in his left thumb, 2 on his left pointer, 3 on his left middle finger, 2 in his left ring finger, 2 in his left pinky finger. 2 lodged deep into the sternum, 1 deep in the liver, 1 in the pancreas, 1 in the head and 1 in the stomach. The guy screamed in pain. Kushimaru just held his hand out. The guy looked closely at the man's hand to see a faint blue chakra string is going through it. The man's eyes went wide as he tried to stop it. Kushimaru said, "Too late." He pulled his hand back, releasing the needles from the man. The man exploded as the needles took all his chakra from his body. Kushimaru twirled his sword and said, "Next." Zabuza. Zabuza's opponents were pretty much done as he killed them with a swipe of the head cleaver. Right now, though, he was looking for Naruto. He was searching everywhere. He saw Amuri and asked him, "Have you seen Gaki?" Amuri shook his head. He said, "We got to find him. He is the one they want." As they searched the perimeter, they killed some of the squads that were barricading them from finding them. Zabuza threw his blade at the members, killing them instantly. As they kept going, Zabuza had a question. "Aim, who are these people? What do they want with Naruto? He's just a 7-year-old. Aim explained as much as he could, "These guys are from Konoha. From what I have gathered, they are the Na division. The rumor is they don't work for the Hokage, but someone named Danzo. They are supposedly the true ninjas that void their emotions. They are like drones and only follow orders." Zabuza's eyes went wide. To void all emotions seems almost impossible. He said, "What do they want with Naruto though? He's the exact opposite of their beliefs." Zabuza, remember what Naruto is. He is the son of the Yon, he is the Jinchuriki of the Kyubi no Kitsune, and he is talented in the art of Fuinjutsu. Imagine if uses all that power as a drone. He will kill everyone and anyone without a bat of an eye. Now also imagine that kind of power with the manipulation of Danzo. It is a recipe for disaster. Zabuza realized how bad that can be. His determination to find the boy has went into overdrive. The boy is like family. He is the little brother he never had. He is for damned sure that Root will not take the boy away and make him a drone. Root better watch themselves, they got a pissed off Zabuza on their tails. Mengetsu. Mengetsu shook his head as his opponents. They thought that they could use seals against him in battle. He smirked as he pulled out his signature sword, the Hiramakarei. He said, "Okay guys, you want to play games? Okay, we'll play games. The first one to get struck by this sword dies." He swung at the members of the newly named Root. They blocked with their ninjato. Mengetsu pushed them off as he whirled around and hit one of them in the chest. The person disappeared in smoke. The person came from behind and almost struck Mengetsu. Mengetsu rolled out of the way and threw a kunai at the member. The member dodges the attack easily. He did not notice, however, the seal tag on the kunai. It exploded in the man's face. This gave Mengetsu the ability to get up and kick the man in the face. He used the momentum to jump up in the air, do a backflip and throw weapons at the rest of the members. The kunais landed in front of the Root ninja. The kunai started to glow and exploded in their faces. They covered their eyes only to hear a big heavy weapon come at them. They ducked the attack and came with a kunai to the chest of Mengetsu. He backflipped and got out of the way. He sent a piece of paper at them. It was sound-breaking noise. It caused the members of Root to go down on their knees and holding their heads. Mengetsu's sword started to transforming into a raging tidal wave. He swung the sword with a tidal wave flowing through. The Root members jumped back, all except one. That one got caught into the sea of man-eating fish. The sword started to drain the water and the man into the sword. There was no trace of the person as the forehead protector was on the ground. Mengetsu said, "Now boys, do you really want to mess with this?" The sword has the ability to make a water tornado that sucks a person into the sword. The person's chakra is also absorbed into the sword's chakra. So who's next? No one moved as Mengetsu scared the hell out of them. He came at them with blinding speed. He struck the member of the root team on the right. They tried to defend, but it was of no use. He struck the person right through the chest. Instead of blood coming out, the person's body became like water. He did a diagonal cut across the upper part of the torso. He then touched the body and it became water. He said, that is its other ability. Instead of cutting a person, the sword turns them into water. Once again, the water gets absorbed into the sword. It becomes even stronger chakra. Now let's play the game where I kill you. You have approximately 5 seconds to leave or face my beautiful sword's wrath. He counted his fingers to 5. Since no one left, he shrugged and went after them. One by one they fell to the almighty Mengetsu. He sighed as he pulled out his water bottle. He drank to keep his body stable. He looked at the forehead protector and frowned. He needed to find Naruto quick. Naruto. Naruto ran far away. He was cutting corners as he did when he first met the 7. He didn't want to fight them as he knew he wouldn't be able to fight them and survive. He ran as fast as he could. He saw that they were hot on his case, so he made it to the front of the hotel hoping there will be people there. He was unfortunately wrong about that. He did, however, saw an advantage up on the ledge. He put chakra onto his feet. He ran up into the ledge and waited for them to get here. He pulled out the kunais that he was given for his birthday. His heart was pumping as fast as it could. The sweat was dripping down his burning face. His hands shook. The reason is, if everything goes right, he will have killed someone at the age of 7. Just the thought of killing at the tender age of 7 made acid grow into his stomach. He just had to wait. The one root member that came was tall and brute. He grunted as he could not find where Naruto went. He separated from the group as getting a 7-year-old should not be a problem. He grunted out in his deep dark voice, "Uzumaki, get out here. I'm done playing around with you. Either you come out right now, or I will find you and make sure your body will be in pieces." Naruto's heart thumped as each word escaped the root member's mouth. He made a decision that will change his life forever. He got up the nerve to get up. He slowly and quietly made it to the end of the ledge. He did not make a noise as he decided to jump. He jumped all the way from the ledge. He put both of his hands onto the kunai. A tear fell as this is the end of his innocence. He lodged the kunai deep into the skull of the root member. When the root member's body hit the floor, it made a sound that alerted the rest of the members where Naruto is. He heard them say where he was. He tried to run until hit into someone. It was Maria. She held his mouth shut. She whispered, "Naruto-kun, be quiet. Look, I want you to run as fast as possible. I'm going to hold them off just long enough for you to get away. Follow the roads outside. This might be the last time I see you, okay? I want you to be strong and become a great ninja." I want you to be an even greater person, okay? Promise me, you won't kill or any of that because you like it. Do it to save your family and friends? Naruto shook his head. He saw her have a tear going down her pretty face. She hugged him tight and told him to leave. He hated how weak is that he could not even protect her. He hoped she survived. He could only hope. Maria tried to stop them. The real reason she stopped being a ninja was because she barely has any chakra left. If she does any chakra-based jutsu, she will die. She said to herself, if I'm going to die a ninja, I will do it protecting my friend. Suetun, Suryuden no Jutsu. She used her ultimate attack. It formed as a dragon and hit the root members. They were able to survive the attack with Kawamiri. She fell to the ground dead. They disrespectfully stepped on her dead body. Naruto turned around to look to see if she survived. He saw her die, and it was all his fault. His anger grew. His arms shook back and forth. Tears came down freely. His chakra bursted as his rage and anger grew. He closed his deep blue eyes. In a moment, the root members surrounded him. They started to make comments about how easy she was to beat and that if he didn't give up he will be just like her. They put their swords around his neck. Naruto started to speak quickly that they could not understand. Naruto's chakra finally blew up. He opened his eyes and then it happened. Amuri. Amuri and the rest of the 7 felt the chakra burst. They ran as fast as they could to get to Naruto. When they finally reached Naruto, they saw Naruto on the ground with his bangs covering his eyes. Naruto has a kunai in his hands. The root members were on the floor dead. Naruto said, "Nissens, I think it's time for me to learn how to fight."